recording. Okay. Let's see. I'll read the opening story.
Story time. Story time.
All right. For a long time, we were at war with the jackals. Now, finally, we've driven them off, and we're left with this: a year of relative peace. One quiet year, with which to build our community up and learn again how to work together. Come winter, the frost shepherds will arrive, and we might not survive the encounter. This is when the game will end. But we don't know about that yet. What we know is that right now, in this moment, there is an opportunity to build something. Okay. Let me open up. Where's All right, here's our blank page. This is our map. That's what we'll be drawing on. Updating it to reflect our discoveries and conflicts. Let's see. We're all going to take turns drawing on the map. So if you're bad at it, just psych it up. Turn summary card. Where's the turn summary card? Turn summary card. Is anybody seeing the turn summary card in the?
It's under. I think it's under. Nope. Turn summary. Nope. Hold on, please.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for it too.
It doesn't even come up in the search.
Is it a card, you said?
Hold on. Yeah, it says card. Turn summary card. Oh, I'm going to look at my actual deck here and see if I have one.
It might be the one labeled reference card 0.
Well, somebody pop it up so we can all see it, and I'll see what. Okay, yeah. So I've got two. Yeah, I have a turn summary card. Let's see. Yes. Okay. This is it. All right. So we want to keep this up. Keep that up for. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Let me get the book back. Okay, we're gonna. Josh, do you know how to have dice that are like out on the map?
Maybe use those window those progress clocks instead of dice.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, Josh, do you know how do we do a progress clock? Yeah, we need like a six wedge pie or clock or something.
Okay.
Let's see.
And we're going to be updating this thing, I assume?
Yeah, because let me read the description. These are project dice. When our community starts a project, we'll place one on the map to note how many weeks it will take to finish. Each week, the dice ticks down by 1. When a dice reaches 0, the project is complete. So yeah,
Okay.
we'll be updating them. Let's see. Is there a thing in here? Just trying to see what else is in the resource table. Like what
I
resources there are.
I don't believe I'm going to be able to create the. Well, hold on. I can I can do something almost as good.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, in order like the things that we use, wait, what the hell? Wait, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? This must be something else. Anyway, okay, hold on. I need to stop looking through these. Clearly, that's yeah. Anyway, the thing I normally use is what is essentially a deck of what I'm essentially doing is a special deck of cards with those things that I can't load into this game because I didn't create it and for other reasons.
Okay.
But I do have the art. I do have the actual art assets. So I could, in theory, hang on. Let's see here. Like have something like this out,
Mm-hmm.
and we could like I could just adjust this from time to time and like put this like over it.
Oh, I see what you mean. So they're different art assets. It's not a.
Yeah.
It's not an.
Under normal circumstances, what I'm pulling out is a token that a multi-sided token, much like your player characters in SWAD. And I could just like right click out and choose like choose which side I want. Instead, I would have to have the individual pieces out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Will that work?
Yeah, that'll work. It's just I had hoped for all of our own sake that we had something that would be more simpler. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is.
Okay. Do we need like multiple sets of these or what?
We will. Well, we don't need any on. No, we don't. We only need the one type because we only have 6-sided dice. So if it's got 6, yeah. So these will work.
Okay. Are we gonna need like multiple like? What I'm saying is,
yes.
are we? Okay.
Yeah, various times. Yeah, because we'll essentially have multiple clocks going on for multiple projects.
Okay. So, boom.
Okay.
I'll start us off at 3 for right now.
Great. Thank you, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The normal deck of cards with the pink slat and purple back, those are contempt tokens.
Mm-hmm.
They represent simmering tensions in the community. The deck of cards represents our quiet year. Each suit is a season. At some point in winter, we'll draw the King of Spades. That's when the Frost Shepherds will arrive and the game will immediately end. Okay, so we're gonna start in spring. So for the moment, let me go back. I'm actually gonna take off winter, autumn, and summer since we're gonna start in spring. I'll just have the spring visible along with our contempt deck. Just for simplicity, so there's no mistakes. I'm gonna shuffle those. Yes, shuffle the deck. Okay. Let's see. Hold on, sorry, I gotta look at a text. Okay, let's see here. All right, our role. When we play the Quiet Year, we don't control specific characters or act out scenes. Instead, we all act as abstract social forces within the community. At any point, we might be representing a single person or a great many. This is a story about social forces and their impact on the land, rather than about specific individuals. Let's see. How do I adjust volume?
Audio settings.
Ah, here we go. There we go. I think that's done it. Yeah, I guess I need to reconnect to it, make it go through. Okay. At the same time that we're playing as a community, we're also looking for opportunities to introduce new and interesting challenges into the story. It's our job to make sure that there are always difficult decisions to be made and uncertainties to be explored. As we introduce interesting challenges for the community and then figure out how to address them, tensions will emerge that ultimately reveal the character and future of our community. Let's see. Josh, do you mind reading Sketching the Terrain? I can pull it.
Sure.
Let's see, I'm still in chapter 2. Did that pull it? Oh, thanks.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay. Sketching terrain. Before the game begins, we must establish some facts about the community and what surroundings are like. We begin with a brief discussion, taking 2 minutes at most, of the general terrain and habitat of the area. This can be as simple as someone saying, "How about a community in a rocky desert?" and everyone else nodding in agreement. At this point, each of us would introduce one detail about the local terrain. When we introduce our detail, we then sketch our contribution onto the map. These sketches should be rough and simple, leaving lots of blank space for additions during play. The community itself should be fairly large on the map, perhaps occupying a third of the sheet. Unless otherwise stated, assume that our community has 60 to 80 members. As an example, a group might decide to set their game in a forest. The first player introduces the detail. Alright, the forest is full of young, spindly trees. Next player adds, and it's nestled within a steep mountain range. Third player adds, we've taken up residence in an old mining camp. The final player says, and the trees in this area have all been clear cut. As details are added, the players draw them on the map. Everyone should introduce a detail and draw it on the map before proceeding.
Okay. Does anybody have any feelings about what kind of terrain you want our community to be set in?
I do like the idea of a remote mountain valley.
I'm not opposed to that. Or what do you think? What do you think of not necessarily a valley, but like a mesa?
Question.
Mhm.
Which app is the music coming from? Because it was quite loud on my end.
It's
So,
Roll20. If you
it's
go
in
to the
Roll20, yeah.
settings-
Alright.
If you go to the settings under audio and video, there's a master music volume.
And it. What do you know? It's all the way up.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
It's because we've never played this game before.
Oh, that's much better. Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yep.
So Charlie, you were saying on top of a mesa?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe instead of like a valley in the mountains, what if it's like a flat mesa, you know how like a mesa is it's still way above up in the it's still a high elevation and could be in the mountains, but like a flat what is the other word?
Plateau.
Plateau. Yeah, plateaus. That's what I'm looking for.
I'm trying to imagine what it would look like in mountains, but I mean, if we want it on a plateau, yeah, we can do that.
Well, we could do
Correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't most mesas just sort of like they are the quote unquote mountains? They are elevated terrain, as surrounded by low flat area.
generally, but who's to say
Yeah.
that we couldn't have a mesa that also has a spine of taller mountains along one edge, or even two edges?
That's kind of the topography by the Himalayas. That's why Everest is so tall. It's actually not coming from regular ground level. It's coming from the level of more elevated sort of plateau.
Okay. So we're essentially on a plateau.
That is what it sounds like we're
Well,
going
actually, hold on. I realize I'm overstepping you, Josh. You suggested a valley. You suggested.
Well, I know I mean, Charlie, if you want to start and you want to do plateau, let's do that,
Okay.
or mesa or whatever.
Well, let's do that. And let me draw. Let me give our mesa its general shape. And then. Oh, I just had an idea. Here we go. Sorry, but I'm trying to. There. There's our plateau.
Okay. Lee, how about you go?
Okay, so I'm just coming up with any feature of the land or settlement or topography here. Correct.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's say that at the moment, at the base of the plateau, like the surrounding area, is forested.
Okay. Cool.
Because why not? Let's see. Shape. How do I want to handle this? Ooh, polygon maybe. Nope. That is not how I want to handle this. No. I just want to clear this one.
Josh, while he's drawing, what's your idea?
I'm thinking, maybe cascading waterfalls off mesa into forest.
Ooh, cool.
I like it.
All right. Depending on where you draw said waterfalls, Josh, is going to determine my next detail. So I'll wait until we.
Sorry.
Lee, what on earth are you drawing?
That's as close to trees as I can get with the tools at my disposal.
Right.
For God's sakes, man.
I love you don't even change the color to like green or something.
I can't even figure out. I want to figure out how to like.
What are you trying to figure out?
I'd like to just be able to start it over.
Go over to select mode.
Okay.
Okay, and now you're just gonna have to like click on individual trees and delete them.
Oh, that works.
Okay.
Okay.
Charlie, looks like you're drawing mountains on one side.
No, I was giving Lee an example of how you can just draw a forest.
Okay. that
Yeah.
works.
Alternatively, I would draw it sort of like maybe like this, sort of.
No matter what you do it in green. Yeah, that too.
Maybe a darker shade of green than what I was doing, but yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't go with the phosphorescent green. Wait, Josh, where you putting that waterfall?
Let me think here. Which direction? Let's go this way.
I'm also assuming this is your typical kind of like northern. Our map is oriented so that north is up.
Yeah, of course. It'd be madness otherwise.
Yeah.
But yeah, waterfall like over here.
Okay.
And here's the resulting body of water. Whether it's a river or a lake or something like that, who knows?
Right. Okay. I think there you go, Lee.
There we go.
Getting the picture across. I think that the northern part of our mesa is surrounded by really tall mountains, so that in the winter time our days are like extra short, but in the summertime when the sun is in the south, wait, is that right? Yeah, in the summer when the sun is in the south, it just makes the difference between summer and winter all the more stark because of these mountains.
In that case, my thought is that our waterfall here is actually the result of a river that comes down from this peak here. Why are you still green? I clicked on blue. Sorry. Comes down from the mountain here and cuts through the center of the mesa.
Okay. We need you know what, the one thing we're missing, and I don't know if you have a good idea for this, Josh. What are we what do we like? Now I feel like I'm not. Why am I reading this and I feel like there's less here? Hold on, let me go back to the what's in the Roll20. Let me go back to that. Yeah, Josh, I wonder, do you have like a strong idea of like what, like their example of like we've taken up residence in an old mining camp? Do you have an idea of like what are we sheltering in, or something like that, or if you have something else, go for it.
Let me think here. We're on an elevated area, surrounded by, but it itself is not the highest point, surrounded by forest. What would be I'm gonna go with somebody give me a shape.
Cross.
Cross?
Yeah.
No, never mind. You'll understand here in a second.
Okay.
I'm thinking like a partially ruined city, not of our design. I was thinking of like some sort of unusual feature of the buildings. Um. Yeah, let's go. Let's go with the ruins of a city, not of our own design, that completely lacks stairs.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Okay. I guess where do you want to
Uh,
place it on the map?
let's see.
Or here's my question,
Um,
Josh. Does it take up the whole plateau? Or is it just a portion?
let's say it's just a portion, and let's say it hugs this cubby over here. So okay, Lee, maybe you could explain this to me. You've got the central line. What are the smaller lines?
I had originally intended for them to be Oxbow Lakes, but now they just kind of are there. So I can clear out some of them.
Yeah,
or you
yeah.
can
Let's
clear out some
let's
of
clear off this. This is a little much here.
them. Yeah, that's fine.
Interesting suggestion, and we can probably add that later.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
because that's the thing. I don't want to get too detailed. We don't want to get too detailed right now. We're just trying to get our basics.
Yeah,
This is our starting point.
yeah. So I'm gonna say like this up here, right here. So nestled comfortably between, like with up against the mountains here, is a small like collection of buildings that lack stairs.
Okay.
They're still like multi-story and things like that. We just have to use different ways to get up and down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
like
I mean, I'll put it this way: they lack stairs, whatever that means. It simply means that stairs, no stairs.
Got
Could
it.
be ramps, could be no way of getting up there at all. Who knows?
could be elaborate pulleys.
Indeed.
Okay. Cool. I like what we got going on. I'm glad the river ended up the shape it is. Otherwise, we were starting to draw ahead.
We were.
As soon as I drew those mountains, I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm giving it air."
We live on ahead.
we. That's the secret, gentlemen.
I wouldn't be opposed to that, but
Yeah. All right. The next set is our starting resources. Next, we each name an important resource for our community, something that we might have either in abundance or scarcity. We're not going to draw them right away. Some examples are clean drinking water, adequate shelter, fish. Choosing a resource makes it important if it wasn't already. If you pick gasoline, it's because something our community wants and needs. And then we're all going to name a resource, so we'll have 3.
Okay.
For now, we're not going to pick which is abundant or scarce. We're just going to name our 3 resources. Lee.
okay.
What are you thinking?
Well, we're right by a river, so fresh water seems like it would be important.
Okay, so yours is fresh drinking water. Josh?
Okay, so we're just naming resources that are important but not necessarily scarce or abundant.
Yep.
Wood.
Okay. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say meat.
Okay.
And now we choose one of our resources to be abundant. Whoever named that resource draws its abundance on the map. The rest are in scarcity, and the remaining players will figure out how to draw the lack of these resources on the map. And remember, common abundance symbols are fine. And then we're also, once we determine this, we'll write down our abundances and scarcities on the index card, which is our note in the Discord chat.
Okay, so I'm just going to throw this out here. We're right here by the river. Clean water is abundant. Wood and meat is in short supply.
Yeah, that's my thought too.
That makes sense to me.
Made all the more interesting by the fact that we are, in fact, surrounded by a dense forest.
Yep, exactly.
Could be too dangerous to get down from the mesa.
Mm-hmm. Or we have no way of getting down from Mesa.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. How to draw the lack of meat?
Draw meat minus sign.
Not too far off from what I was thinking.
Well, Josh, here's my question: how are you going to draw that we have a lack of wood?
I've been drawing the abundance of water this entire time. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, Lee, how are you going to draw the lack of wood?
Fuck you!
We have no wood. Minus sign in the woods. No wood.
All right, I see what you're doing here. Let's figure out what I want to do here.
Alternatively, you could draw like stick figures to show the starving people. The skinny men.
Oh, I know what I'm going to do.
Full on soy.
I gotta think on here. No, wrong color, goddammit. So that looks like a fish to everybody, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Like what color? That white symbol?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I know what I'm gonna do. Actually, I just
Red.
realized a better way to do this.
Red circle diagonal line.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing, like. Yeah, we have this river that gives us an abundance of drinking water, but there's no goddamn fish in it. Not up here. Boom.
We have no ghost fish.
No ghost fish.
Yeah, no ghost fish. Okay.
And I will put that in the Discord as well.
Great. Oh man, some of the I wish I read. Now that I'm looking at this, some of these examples they have are awesome. I wish I read these examples first. One of their examples is like for players who are like living in an abandoned mine nestled in a thick woods. Some examples are resources, transportation, and scrap metal. I didn't even think of like abstract things like transportation.
Ooh, that's good.
It actually reminded me. I remember listening to an episode of Friends at the Table when they were doing A Quiet Year, and one of the things that their community had a scarcity of was trust.
Interesting.
The scarcity is wood. There you go. Not
Yep,
forest.
I fixed it.
Okay.
So many forests and no wood. Forest everywhere, and not a wood to build.
Missed opportunity. Abundance could have been ninjas. Scarcity are dinosaurs and robots.
Yeah.
Ah. That's why there are no stairs. They don't need stairs. They're all ninjas. We're going.
Abundance,
We don't
clowns.
need
Scarcity,
roads.
sanity.
Facts.
All right, chapter 3. Josh, will you read the week?
The week, you said?
Yeah. I just showed
Okay.
the players.
The basic unit of play in The Quiet Year is the week. Each week is a turn taken by one player, with play proceeding clockwise around the table. Weeks should take an average of 2 to 3 minutes to complete. During each week, the following things happen. The active player draws a card, reads the relevant text aloud, and resolves it. They follow all bold text. Project dice are reduced by 1, and any finished projects are updated. The active player chooses and takes an action, discovering something new, hold a discussion, or start a project.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, Lee, will you read? Here, I'll pull it up. Drawing cards.
All right. Drawing cards. As there are 52 cards, there are 52 weeks. We won't necessarily get to play all of them. The Frost Shepherds could arrive any time during winter. Most cards have 2 options to choose from, separated by an or divider. Pick the option that you find the most interesting and fitting, and read the text aloud. The card might ask you a question, bring bad news, or create new opportunities. Many cards have specific rules attached to them, which are written in bold text. If you drew the card, it's up to you to make decisions that the card requires. If the card asks you a question, think about whether your answer could be represented on the map somehow. If it fits, update the map to reflect this new information. For example, if the card asks you about the sleeping quarters for the community, you might end up drawing a row of tents near the edge of the forest.
Okay, let's see. I'll read working on projects. Unless your card specifically told you otherwise in bold text, the next step is to reduce each project die on the map by 1. If a project reaches 0, the die gets removed and the project is completed. Whoever started the project gets to tell everyone how it turns out and update the map to reflect its completion. If the project finishes early, because the card says that a project finishes early in bold text, it is instead the responsibility of the active player to tell everyone how it turns out and update the map. Did everybody get that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
If your card's bold text had you place a project die on the map just a moment ago, that die doesn't reduce during this week. It's just now getting underway. When the project gets completed, it is assumed that it went successfully and is beneficial to the community. In some cases, it might make more sense to have an investigative project end with the hope dispelled. Even in these cases, the completion of a project should always feel like a step forward, not backward. This doesn't always mean that the whole community is happy with the results, though. Josh, if you'll read something, discover something new.
One of the action types in Discover Something New. Introduce a new situation. It might be a problem, an opportunity, or a bit of both. Draw that situation onto the map. Drawing should be small and simple, smaller than an inch, finished within 30 seconds. Whenever things seem too controlled or easy, you can use this action to introduce new issues and dilemmas. When individual characters get introduced, we'll give them names and record those names on our index card. Some example situations. There's a dried up well located at the edge of town. Mangy wolves have been slinking around the woods. There's a broken down water wheel a mile upstream. Strange wailing noises come from the forest at night. A self-declared prophet arrives.
Okay. Lee, if you'll hold a discussion.
Alrighty, another of the action types is hold a discussion. You can choose to open with a question or a declaration. Starting with you and going clockwise, everyone gets to weigh in once, sharing a single argument comprised of 1 to 2 sentences. If you opened with a question, you get to weigh in last. If you opened with a declaration, that's it for you. A discussion never results in a decision or summation process. Everyone weighs in and then it's over. This is how conversations work in communities. They're untidy and inconclusive affairs. Each discussion should be tied to a situation on the map. When the discussion ends, mark the situation it is attached to with a small dot. Some example conversations include: should we retaliate against the bikers, or if leading with a declaration, we should abstain from retaliation or violence. Could we use the school bus as a sleeping area for the village children? It's important that we stay concise. If any of us feel like we have more to say on a topic, we can always hold another discussion about it at a later point.
Okay. Let's see. Starting a project. The final type of action. The final action type is start a project. You choose a situation and declare that the community will do what the community will do to resolve it. There's no consultation about this idea. The community simply begins work. Some example projects are: we're converting the mine shaft into a cold food storage. We're killing those wolves. We're going to sacrifice a newborn on the night of the full moon to appease the windwalkers. As a group, quickly decide how many weeks a project would reasonably take to complete. Minimum 1, maximum 6. Remember that you are a small community. It isn't easy or quick to build a house or repair a water wheel. Do you have the necessary tools and expertise to do this? Be generous with your assumptions, but do remember that scarcity and difficulty are the norm. If a project would reasonably take longer than 6 weeks to complete, it will need to be completed in stages. Place a die on the map whenever the project is taking place, and with the die face matching the number of weeks it will take to complete. Josh.
Okay. Updating resources. At the start of the game, we'll have one resource in abundance and at least that many in scarcity. These lists serve as guides for interpreting the health of the community. Throughout play, we'll update these lists to reflect changes in our circumstances, whenever we feel that it's appropriate to do so. Maybe the completion of a project alleviates a scarcity, or creates an abundance. Some weekly cards will alter these lists as well. Balancing the actions. Discover something new lets us introduce new situations and dilemmas into the game. Hold a discussion lets us talk about the state of the map and the community. Start a project lets us solve our problems and grow. By respecting this division of purpose, we make sure each week involves making important decisions. It's important that we respect the purpose and balance of the 3 types of actions. We shouldn't use discover something new to skirt our problems by conveniently encountering the very supplies we lacked. We shouldn't hold a discussion about situations we haven't even mentioned or introduced yet.
Okay. Let's about contempt?
All right. If you ever feel like you weren't consulted or honored in a decision-making process, you can take a piece of contempt and place it in front of you. This is your outlet for expressing disagreement or tension. If someone starts a project that you don't agree with, you don't get a voice. You don't get to voice your objections or speak out of turn. You're instead invited to take a piece of contempt. Contempt will generally remain in front of players until the end of the game. It will act as a reminder of past contentions. Its primary role is as a social signifier. In addition, you can discard it back into the center of the table in two ways: by acting selfishly and by diffusing situations. If you ever want to act selfishly to the known detriment of the community, you can discard a contempt token to justify your behavior. You decide whether your behavior requires justification. This will often trigger others taking contempt tokens in response. If someone does something that you greatly support, that would mend relationships and rebuild trust. You can discard a contempt token to demonstrate how they have diffused past tensions.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Restraint.
Pause for a second.
Yeah.
I'm confused about this third paragraph. If ever you act selfishly to the known detriment of the community, like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Because aren't we just like above it all? Aren't we sort of like just
We
sort of
are the
narrative
community.
figures in this?
Yeah, but if you as an individual, like storyteller, decide on something, say for the community, that you know what, I don't know how to describe it. Let me see.
Because this mechanic feels a lot like it feels like almost like something a character would do, but we ourselves are not characters.
Right. Hold on, let me. Let me look at this again.
Well, here's another question: is there an explanation as to what happens with contempt at the end of the game?
That is a good question. Let me look at the end of the game. And Josh, I actually think an example of like acting selfishly is like, say in your mind, like you are representing a faction of people who, through your gathering of contempt tokens, are dissatisfied with how the community is going, and they selfishly decide to like take some resources and leave to start their own community. I think that is it. I think that would be acting selfishly. To do so, you would have to spend a contempt token to do that.
Or something like starting a pet project without the approval of the other players. Something like that also might work.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see. Hold on.
This mechanic just is just very confusing to me. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's mostly the focus to me is more so on the first part of just a way of expressing disagreement and tension within the community, and how we as like 3 like
Well, here's the thing: is that
Yeah.
this paragraph doesn't say anything about community. Like, if this were a mechanic to represent like displeasure within the community, I could understand. This first paragraph is not that, though.
right. Yeah, it's about us.
Yeah, this feels like a social regulatory mechanic. And it just seems like somebody's like, well, nobody talk to me. I'm just gonna sit here with my giant fuck off pile of cards.
Hmm. So what's funny is interesting in like my version, my like booklet of the rules
Mhm.
does not have. I'm looking. Yeah, the act selfishly is not in my rules here. I just have the like you can discard contempt as a show that like an action has healed past tensions.
Well, let's proceed. Maybe it'll become more apparent as the game goes on.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me go to restraint. Let's see. In playing the Quiet Year, we must refrain from freewheeling discussion about what to do next. There are specific mechanics in the game for discussing community issues and demonstrating our displeasure. When we play, we won't speak out of turn or attempt to circumnavigate these mechanics. These rules work to demonstrate how difficult it is to engage the entire community in conversation, and how tensions and disagreements tend to linger across weeks or even months. We'll also be careful to avoid character narratives. In the Quiet Year, characters will likely emerge who we identify with. They'll have names. They'll be tied into interesting situations on the map. The oh, what?
The game will falter, however.
No, yeah. Oh, sorry. I didn't get to the however, and I was like confused. I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me. I had to keep reading forward. I started going back, trying to figure out what I missed. The game will falter, however, if we try to use these mechanics to tell a story about any one of these individuals. As much as possible, we should keep the focus of the game on the community's wants and needs, and the ways that decisions will be made about them. Uh, we should use named characters to support that larger bird's eye view, and not the other way around. Okay. And then, Josh, you want to talk to us about pacing?
Sure.
Let me share.
At the beginning of the game, we'll only have a basic sketch of the landscape. From this humble place, a rich tapestry will emerge. How and at what pace? The cards of spring will ask us a lot of questions, which will establish more about the landscape and the inner workings of our community. We should use spring to become familiar with the mechanics and structure of the game. There won't necessarily be a lot of tension or conflict during spring, and this is fine. In summer, larger threats and greater progress will both emerge. We'll begin to define our community through our actions, and some seeds of discontent will likely be sown. In autumn, danger and failure become more visible and serious. This will be the most trying season. In winter, the community will continue its work and preparations, and as players, we will contend with the dramatic irony of knowing that the Frost Shepherds could arrive at any moment. If ever the map feels lacking or the community seems to have domesticated the world around it, we can introduce new dilemmas. What happens when a child murders his mother? What happens when someone screws up and it costs us a food supply? You're ready to start now. Play to find out what happens.
Okay.
That's my italics voice.
Thank you. I like your italics voice. I'm gonna start sending you everything.
No
in
contempt
italics.
taken.
Please start now. You are now ready to start.
Your italics voice is just peaks. You are going straight.
Oh, somebody made a goldfish.
Yeah, I changed it. The white was bothering me, so I redid it. Okay. I guess who wants to be our player one? And I guess what order do we want to go in?
Why don't we go across the screen? Charlie, Josh, Lee.
I'm fine.
I
with that.
was gonna suggest the same thing, so
All right. I was gonna
works
ask
for
if
me.
I didn't know if they were always in the same order, so I was actually gonna ask that.
Consult the bones.
All right. So I'm going to. How do I get a card? Oh, I to click to draw.
Hang on. Let me go pee real quick. Let's take
yeah.
5 minutes. Everybody grab your drinks and stuff like that, and we can jump in.
Yeah, sounds
Word.
good. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna pause the. I'm not gonna pause the recording. Let it ride. also back.
I have returned.
Okay. If everyone is ready, I'm going to draw a card. Is everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh God. Damn it. Alright, let's see here. Let me delete that. Let's see. Sprang 4. What important and basic tools does the community lack? Or what are you storing? Where are you storing your food? Why is this risky place to store things? I think we lack. Um, I think we lack like shovels and picks.
Okay.
Adding that to our scarcities.
Oh, good idea. Yeah, I don't know if I'm necessarily gonna figure out. I'm not gonna try and draw that on a map, but I think scarcity is a good place to add it. But yeah, I think that somehow our community lacks um, we lack tools for digging. Okay, I can't delete that. Cool. All right, let's see. Drew and timber the card. I don't have any dice to relinquish. And then I take an action. I think I'm going to start a project. And I think that project is going to be I think that project is going to be building a winch, like essentially a small like a one-person like simple winch elevator system to access higher reaches of our buildings.
Okay. What complexity would you say that is?
Trying to think. Building a winch, small community. I think 3 or 4 weeks. What do you guys think?
Let's say 3 weeks.
Okay.
That sounds good to me.
Okay. Okay.
All right, Josh.
Okay. Okay. Spring. 3 of hearts. Spring. Someone new arrives, who or two of the community's younger members get into a fight. What provoked them? Hmm. Hmm. These are both really good. I'm gonna go with someone new arrives. Who? Hmm. I'm going to say the someone new arrives, and it is a man of clearly advanced years in spotless white robes who proclaims himself to be the last voice.
Ooh, the last voice.
So do I just delete this card?
Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
that's what I've been doing. That's what.
And action. Or wait, hang on. Your dice goes down, correct?
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
It's a shame there's not a way to just put like a 3D die on the map, like just simply.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, here, turn order.
Oh, I was clicking the button. I didn't know what that did.
And let's see. And then I choose. Sorry. Discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project. Um. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna start a project as well. And what are we gonna say? I'm gonna say the project is going to be creating rope making for the purpose of rappelling up or climbing down. Like climbing ropes and stuff like
Okay,
that.
cool.
What do we that doesn't sound like it'd be super complex, so maybe 2?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Rope making.
It also to me really corresponds well with the timing of the winch elevator being completed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because those are two things. Because it's like winch elevator is also something that would want long ropes.
Okay, so that's me.
Okay, Lee.
Cool. Let's see what we've got here. What is the most beautiful thing in the area, or what is the most hideous thing in the area? Interesting.
All I know is the cards that both of y'all drew are way cooler than the card I drew, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm jelly. I had such good ideas for both. Hope my next card's dope.
I'm thinking that
The answer is yo mama either way.
that is accurate. I'm thinking that there is there's like a nasty kind of like blasted and charred sort of section of the mesa on the southern end, and it does not matter what lighting, what time of year, what have you, it doesn't seem to grow anything, it doesn't seem to produce anything. It's just this gross piece of land that's just there.
Okay. You definitely gotta draw that, Lee.
I do definitely gotta draw that. We'll go with draw shape. We will go with.
I'm gonna delete your card.
Thank you. Nope, not shape. Don't want shape. I want freehand. Not blue. Why do you keep defaulting to blue? Okay. Which brings me to project dice. Both of those go down to 1 week left.
Oh yeah.
And I think I'm also going to start a project. I am going to see if we can't get one of these buildings converted into a metalworks so that we can start building some more advanced tools.
Cool.
That sounds fairly complex.
Yeah.
That
to
does
me
sound
sounds
pretty
like a long
complex.
project.
Yeah. How many weeks are we thinking?
5 easy. I'd say maybe 6. That's me.
I think 6.
I was thinking at least a full 6, if not multiple wheels worth of weeks.
I feel like we could do that in 6.
Okay, 6 it is.
Or maybe the 6 is to set up like a blacksmith shop. You can
Yes.
go more complex with future projects if you feel that it would be longer to have a more complex shop set up. I don't know. It's up to you.
Sounds. No, that sounds good. So we'll deal with setting up a blacksmith shop, and it'll take 6 weeks.
All right. Then I shall. Let's see. All right, the 9 of Hearts. Spring. Let's see. A charismatic young girl convinces Minnie to help her with an elaborate scheme. What is it? Who joins her endeavors? Start a project to reflect. Or a charismatic young girl tries to tempt Minnie into sinful or dangerous activity. Why does she do this? How does the community respond? Um, God, I don't know what to do here. I'm trying to think.
Whatever you come up with, you should definitely name this girl.
I'm gonna name her.
Agreed.
I'm moving this back over so I can see our plateau. Um, I think her name is Marianne Vox. Type it into the chat. Marion Vox, and she is trying to she's trying to convince she's trying to convince others that the plateau is a dead end, and that people anyone who wants to really live should leave by diving off of the plateau down the waterfall into the pool below, believing that is like a safe, quick way to leave for supposed greener pastures.
And this is a dangerous activity, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think the community responds. I'm trying to think how the community responds. I think the community responds after the first couple of people try and dive off through the waterfall. I think the community responds by erecting a series of nets down at the waterfall to catch people so that so just making it harder to like dive into like with the waterfall. Understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how the community responds. Is by trying to make it so that you can't safely you can't dive within the waterfall itself. Delete that card. All right, the winch elevator finishes, and so does the rope making. I'll describe the winch making first before.
Just in time for those
describes
nets.
Elevators. Exactly. I think the small winch elevators are a success, and we are able to start utilizing the higher floors of our buildings, which we have not previously been able to regularly or safely get to, since the buildings lack stairs. Josh?
I'm sorry, what?
Tell us about rope.
Oh, yeah. So rope making concludes as people have harvested a sufficient number of the long creeper vines which cling to the sides of the mountain, coiling them into ropes that they use to construct the nets, the pulley systems, and whatnot, and start. Yeah, I would say that we now have, quote, an abundance of rope, perhaps.
Okay. That sounds good to me. Flea, you want to add that to your note?
I've added the abundance of rope, and I've updated the winch pulley system progress to show success. The project for the rope making was done by Jolly, so I can't edit it.
I'll get it here in a second.
Oh, here, and I'm actually going to I am going to do a little doodle on the map to represent the pulleys. I'm going to do that by drawing our little elevators in our buildings.
Jolly, is there somewhere in particular you're pulling these progress clock?
No,
assets
I'm
from, so I
I'm
can
laying them
help?
out for my own sanity here for a second.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
take
that's
your time.
fine. Yeah. Sorry, was just asking so that I.
No,
could help
I'm
you.
also wondering if it wouldn't be easier if I just laid out a string of these and then create a token that we just sort of move up and down.
Yeah.
That
Actually, oh, that's what. God, I'm so
That's
fucking
way
dumb.
better.
That's way easier.
Yeah, because we can just move We can just move the text block up and down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on. So, add this to another project, boys, of creating the project bar. We will now have an abundance of fucking sanity. Jesus, why am I so dumb? Okay.
You're not. You came up with the solution.
This is true. I'm a fucking genius. I'm the fucking smartest man in the world, Morty. Okay. No, not all of it. Oh, God damn it.
Josh.
Oh, we were fools. We all drew on the fucking token layer. Joy. Okay.
I forget about layers. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's okay, bruh.
I'm not used to having this DM power. It's too much.
With great power comes great responsibility, Charlie.
Thank you, Spooderman. Okay. Mm.
Dude, I'm so excited about my Mistborn plates.
Yeah, I love Miss Barn.
I wanted to do Windrunner, but like every way I could think of spelling it was already taken.
Mm. Okay. No, hold on. 1, 4. I'm missing the 5.
You are missing the 5. Sloppy work. Brilliant. Absolutely
Love
brilliant,
it.
Josh.
Love it. Now I can use my overworld marker here.
Can you add text to that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So right now the only thing we've got right now is blacksmith shop, correct?
Yeah, and that's now going to be
Correct.
at 5.
Right. Show nameplate. Let's see. There we go. Oh,
Cool. Way to go, Josh.
Nice.
okay. Get rid of you. Rid of you. Okay. Whose turn is it?
It's
I
yours.
believe Charlie still has an action to take.
Oh, sorry. I do have to take an action. I'm going to discover something new. I think hold on, let me read the thing for discover something new to make sure I understand how this works, right? All right, yeah. I think there's a problem. I think our meat scarcity is leading to our community is getting weaker physically just with the lack of protein. We're becoming malnourished. I don't know how to note that on the map. I'm gonna figure something out here. What just happened, Josh?
I'm nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay. How to write? I'm trying to think of how to show just malnourishment on the map. Josh, your turn. We're malnourished
Okay.
and getting weak.
God damn it. Spring 6. Are there children in the community? If there are, what is their role in the community? Or how old are the eldest members of the community? What special needs do they have? Okay. I got something. There are children in the community. Their role in the community is to use their small hands and tiny little arms to reach into the holes and crevices in which dwell the grubs, which emit a potent stone dissolving acid, which is what we use to in place of picks and stuff like that. We use these acidic bugs to create a stone slurry that we're then able to sort of like shape into tools.
Oh, cool.
Because we're sitting here doing blacksmithing shit. We're doing things that we should need, like we're building a blacksmith shop despite the fact that we don't actually have the capacity to mine metal in some way.
Right.
So yeah, there we go. Kids, pull out the let's go with the slurry grubs.
Nice. You want to try and draw grubs on the map somewhere?
Yeah. Yeah. Here, let me draw slurry grubs. And we'll say slurry grubs like living grub. Well, no, that's going to look right. That's fine.
That looks pretty cool.
Grub. One more segment. Grub. There we go.
Yeah, grub.
And let's see. Start a project or discussion or hold on. Or introduce something new. So project is rappelling harnesses to go down cliffside in order to like search for food. Or hang on. Well, hold on. What do you guys think? Should it be like constructing rappelling harnesses or scavenge for food over cliffside now that we have rope?
I don't think it matters because I'm literally going to do whichever one you don't do the next turn.
Or Josh, you could hold a discussion.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
You could ask that very question.
Okay, then we'll do that, yeah. And so let's see, the discussion thing would be isn't because there's a way to phrase this, I think.
Here, let me read it to you. Let's see. You can choose to open with a question or a statement. Starting with you and going clockwise, each player gets to weigh in once with a single statement of 1 to 2 sentences. If you opened with a question,
I got it. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing. So yeah, I'll hold a discussion here. My question is, should we worry or should we prioritize safety in going over the mesa to scout for food?
Lee, first answer.
I think that I think we should prioritize food gathering, and we can focus on developing safer methods of doing that later. But we need food now.
I'm going to say forest dangerous, mountains provide all.
I'm gonna go with if mountain provide all, where food? Food first.
All right.
I love our caveman dialogue.
I love that. All right.
But Lee in here acting like the one savvy caveman.
Cavemen need food.
Yes. Prioritize this.
Invent pulley later. All right. You see a good omen. What is it? Or
Oh,
you
that's a
see
dope
bad-
card. Damn.
That is really good. You see a bad omen, or a good omen. Thank you for moving that. It's a bad omen. There is a red streak that screams across the sky and lands somewhere in the woods below the mesa.
Is that a good omen or a bad omen? I missed it.
That is it is red. Red is bad. It is bad omen.
Okay. I guess draw it on the map.
And so Lee invented color theory.
And so Lee invented color theory. Indeed. Red bad. We're gonna do freehand red. X marks the spot.
Okay.
And as my action, I will start a project. A contingent of the community has started using the ropes to head into the forest and scout for food.
I wonder how long of a project that is, because I could see it being both shorter and longer depending on how much time, both how high up is this plateau, and also how long would they... Here's my question to you, Lee, thinking that I think this determines the time this is going to take, is are they going to just gather a little bit, or essentially like hunt a little bit and carry up, essentially hunt enough that they're coming up in a single load, or is it going to be like a hunt as much as they can and then bring it up and I guess like preserve or cook it down there and then haul it up in like shifts?
I'm thinking that they're going to be limited by the fact that they only have the most rudimentary of ways up and down the plateau. So they're going to be limited in what they can bring up, regardless of what they catch. So I would say we're talking like a 1 to 2 week thing at most
Okay,
at the
so
moment.
probably bringing up like fresh meat versus loads of like cured or cooked meat.
Correct.
Okay, then yeah, I think 2 weeks is good on that one. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, given Lee's description, I'd say 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Sorry. And how do you add a label to it? The thing?
Right.
Yeah, right click it.
Yeah.
Then you can add text.
Oh. It was too far up on the screen for me to see that. My chair is incredibly noisy. I apologize.
You good?
Go die in a fire. All right, let's see here. Spring 8. An old piece of machinery is discovered, broken but perhaps repairable. What is it? What would it be useful for? Or an old piece of machinery is discovered, cursed and dangerous. How does the community destroy it? Ooh. I think old piece of machinery. Um Sorry, I'm really I'm trying to decide on what I think is best.
While you're thinking about that, did we move the blacksmith shop last turn?
On your turn, yes.
Okay.
I think that's right because it started on 6 on your last turn, so in mine it would have gone down there. Yeah. Okay, it's where it should be. It'll move down one on my turn once I figure out what I'm doing with this card. Um. You know what? I think I'm going to draw it on the map too. I think a mech is found, and I think it is repairable, and I think it would be useful for digging and mining. Actually, that's found. I'm going to say the mountains over here. gonna start a project, and I think um, I think this is gonna be the first step of a multi-phase project, but I still think this is gonna be long. But I want y'all's input on this. My project I'm starting is going to be putting the mech back together. Not necessarily getting it up and running, but just putting all the parts back together. And I still think that would be or maybe 4 or 5 week project. What do y'all think?
Yeah, let's say 5 weeks.
Okay. All right. That's my turn. Okay, you moved everything else down. Good. All right, Yosh.
Spring 5. There's a disquieting legend about this place. What is it? Or alarming weather patterns destroy something. How and what?
God damn it. This is a sweet one.
This is a good card.
Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Let me think. Disquieting legend. Hmm.
Josh, did you say the old man that came to town was called the Last Voice?
The Last Voice, yeah. So mhm. Hmm. Disquieting legend. So, okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just start talking and figure out what I'm gonna say as I do it. So there is a legend told amongst the old members of the community in the dark and lonely hours of the night that tell of the chaos that once was. And how once people looked down upon the chaos and saw power there and reached down to pick it up. And as they did, they fell from their lofty heights out of the sky. That they landed to Earth amidst the chaos, never to reach the sky again, but to be forever mired amongst chaos, forever trapped. I'm gonna go with that.
Nice.
Let's see. Action. Something new. Project. Whole discussion. Oh, and those things are, these projects are done, correct? Or these projects have not been advanced?
Not on your turn, no. So.
Okay, so Blacksmith is now 1 week away, and food has come back. Okay, new discovery with food.
Hold on, Lee's got to describe how that food goes.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Because it was his project.
Yeah, so Food Expedition is successful. They're able to bring back several packs of small game, like rabbits, small fish, things like that. Couple of weird things that live in the forest down there that don't quite have names, but they have brought back enough meat that the community is no longer what one would call malnourished.
Okay. And in addition to all that, like new discovery, they also bring back. Let's go with. Huh. They, in addition to all the game and whatnot, they bring back reports of footprints many times bigger than any man.
Ooh. Josh, you gotta draw that on the map.
I see this little X down here. Is that something somebody drew?
Yeah, that's the. Remember, Lee had the red.
Oh, is that the crash site?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Yes. Hold on. Well, that didn't come out quite right, but okay. Anyway.
It's a Godzilla print.
Okay, if it's coming off like that, then okay, cool. As long as it doesn't look like some sort of like weird duck, or like a dick and deformed balls, I'm happy.
No, it's almost worse. It's the New York Godzilla. From
Matthew Broderick is a national treasure.
That doesn't mean that every movie he's in is.
We all make mistakes.
It's true.
Speaking of movies that make about and making mistakes, the new Nicolas Cage movie is fucking hilarious.
Oh, I bet. I really want to see it. Oh,
I really want to see it too.
Yeah, you guys definitely need to see it. Charlie, you're gonna love it. I know how much you enjoy a good bromance.
I I do love a good bromance. That's what I'm all about. The bromances. I saw the new Doctor Strange movie, and
Uh-huh.
I really enjoyed it. It is, I think it is a wonderful Sam Raimi movie. There's so many things about it that like I just love Sam Raimi. He's so good.
I will be seeing it on Sunday,
Um,
which is
The next
tomorrow.
the next movie I see is going to be Northman. So
Josh, I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll in particular will enjoy it. I think you'd both enjoy it, but I think you'll like it, Josh.
Yeah, that looked really good. I really want to see it.
okay, so those are prints
Got it.
leading away from sight.
Ooh,
That's what they saw. That's what they saw.
bad omen indeed. Oh, that comes back to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this little white person like what's this? Oh, is this the mech?
The gray, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Who took contempt?
I did.
Why?
I don't have to tell you why I took contempt.
Ooh.
Damn it. God, it's another really good one.
This is a really good one. I'm gonna say there is a giant man-made structure on the map. It is a massive tower built into the side of the mesa over here.
Ooh.
And I will draw it.
Is it abandoned?
As to why it was abandoned, there are glyphs and various things that the community has not yet been able to decipher. However, what they can see is what they can determine is that whatever happened several hundred years ago, and it happened very, very quickly. And that's really all they know.
All right. Oh, also, Lee, your blacksmith shop is complete.
Yes, it is.
Here, Lee, I'm gonna help you out.
Thank you.
Boom.
Boom. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, let's
What's your
see.
action? Oh, tell us about the blacksmith shop.
The blacksmith shop is up and running. The various slurry, the various items that were able to be recovered from the slurry goo that the grubs have created have been able to be made into some tools. So we now have some rudimentary picks that we can use to start digging or using to climb. And now that we can start digging, now that we can start digging, I think we will start a project, and that will be like doing some more digging in earnest to start to see what resources we can actually get out of the mountains on the north side of the mesa. We'll actually do that here by the mech, since that's where the mech was left. It makes sense that that would be a good place to check first.
All right. I guess that. Lee, are you drawing anything else, or is it my go?
Yep, that's mine.
All right. Let's see here.
There.
10 of hearts. There's another community somewhere on the map. Where are they? What sets them apart from you? Or what belief or practice helps unify your community?
You're very quiet, Charlie.
Oh, sorry. What about now?
Yeah, better.
Sorry, I had leaned too far away from my microphone. I think let's see. I think there is another. No, I think the belief or practice that helps unify a community is I think we bathe communally. Viking style, like every Sunday. Or whatever we think of as whatever our community's equivalent of a Sunday is. We all go down to the river and bathe communally. And I think it's one of those things that like really like strengthens the bonds of our community. And then for my action, let's see. This needs to go down one. Lee, I forgot. Is this a cave that you've created? Next to the map?
It's a mine.
A mine?
Yeah, it's a mine.
I can't remember. Is it an old mine or one we've created?
It is. They specifically chose the spot by the mech because it would have been an old mine, but they're starting to use the new tools to revisit it.
Okay, gotcha. That's what I just wanted to check. I'm going to start a project, and I think this is either a multi-stage project or is just a 6-week project. And I want y'all's input because I'm not sure. Building so we have all of these essentially small single-man winch like basic kind of rudimentary elevators in our buildings now. I'm thinking if we build, you know what, actually, hold on, stop. Before I even go to this part, I'm going to actually hold a discussion. should we build a large lift from the plateau's edge down to the forest below? Josh, you're first to answer. I think Josh is gone or muted.
Sorry, that I forgot I was muted. Lift would bring more food. Always need food.
Okay, Lee.
A lift would not only allow for more food, it would also allow for additional exploration of the forest and could allow us to start obtaining lumber, which we very much need. So, yes, lift.
Okay. Let's see. Since I asked a question, I also answer. I think my statement comes from the team of people who came up, who created the smaller list for the houses. At this point, that are creating some kind of guild or something. And they're like, lifts are good. We're pro lifts. More lifts. It's more business for the community.
Okay.
You know what they say? A rising lift raises all people.
Then it is unanimous.
All right. That's my turn.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Where does everyone sleep? Who is unhappy with this arrangement and why? Or what natural predators roam this area? Are you safe?
God damn you. That's a good one.
Gee, I wonder which one Kelly's going for.
The only same. Though I do like the top one too. I like both of those.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna play against type here. Everybody sleeps or tries to sleep on the elevated levels of these buildings. However, it's let's see. We're gonna say, yeah, okay. Yeah, the village elders all stay in the upper floors of the buildings. Who is unhappy with this arrangement are the people who have been listening to the last voice, who believe that the elders don't necessarily warrant their lofty positions, and wonder why they must stay on the ground with the grubs and the mesa and cannot like climb higher.
All right, cool.
I'm going to propose a discussion here.
Mm-hmm.
Given that we are talking about building this great lift, do we really need these suicide nets effectively on this waterfall? Aren't we beyond that? Couldn't we use that rope for something, or for the lift? Lee, what do you think?
My immediate question is Marianne Vox and her weird cult still around and kicking? But we've already developed safer ways down the side of the mesa with our rope. So I'd say we do not need the suicide nets anymore.
Charlie.
Those who take your petty ropes and build your coward's lift. Those of us who yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Build your coward's lift?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is this coming from the Marianne Vox sort of?
Exactly. I was coming.
Okay.
Vox.
Okay, I was confused. Okay.
Sorry. Yep, Marianne Vox is saying that. Take your petty ropes and build your coward's lift.
Well, there you have it. The lady said so herself. Okay. That was my discussion. Drew McCart, I think it's me.
Yep. All right.
Oh, hold on. Did we move down the projects?
We did not.
Oh no.
All right, Lee.
1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Notes. Okay. So let's see what's going on here. This is a good one. Ooh, this is a good one.
Oh, here we go. Let me read this one. I'm reading Lee's card.
Yeah, this one's rough because both of those are really good. So I'm gonna say a young boy who is sort of digging in the ground for slurry grubs. comes across a we'll call it a kind of stone or crystal or something like that. But it seems to have this odd sort of glow or energy to it. Nobody knows what to use it for yet, but that's what he's discovered. He's discovered this sort of crystal glowy thing.
Okay.
All right. All right. Draw it on the map. All right. Cool.
Do the thing I told you to. There, that's close enough. All right.
We advance
Move.
our projects.
Yeah.
So let's see.
And-
Rogue mech. Mech is reassembled.
Huzzah.
So I think the mech, as all the pieces are put back together, I think that there's something in I guess kind of like the stomach area, you would say, somewhere in the abdomen. There's a compartment there's a compartment that has a lot of tubes and wires coming off of it but the compartment itself is empty. Even though from what they can tell, no other parts are missing. Whatever goes in that compartment is not where the mech currently lies.
Wah wah wah. All right. In that case, I will start a project. And project is going to be a lift to the forest floor.
Nice.
Nice. And we will
Did we want to say that we disassembled those nets to assist with that?
would that technically be its own project, I think?
I mean, I feel like we could roll it all into one thing.
Yeah, but I think
Okay.
we leave the nets on the map until the lift is completed.
Okay. I was wondering if I should start drawing over them.
No,
One other question: how long do we want to go till tonight? Do we want to go till summer?
we only have one more card in this season.
Oh, okay.
So the other thing I want to note is I think we're only gonna have one more Saturday to play before my trip. So I guess my question is do we want to play through summer? And also have autumn and winter left, or do we want to play some amount, or I don't know how, or we can stop now and play longer, or plan to play longer next time.
Why don't we just go till 11:30 and see where we are there?
Okay, yeah.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right. Well, then I'm going to draw a card. What group has the highest status in the community? What must people do to gain inclusion in this group? Or are there distinct family units in the community? If so, what family structures are common? I think the group that has the highest status in the community are the aforementioned elders. And I think the thing that people have to do to gain inclusion into this group is go spend, I'm going to say 3 nights and 3 days in this Lee, how did you describe this area down here?
A blasted and charred wasteland.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. To become an elder, you must go and spend 3 days and 3 nights in that blasted and charred wasteland. And if you come out still like alive, then you join the Elders Council. And I think everybody that does come out alive comes out with, no matter what their hair color was before, I think that they come out with like almost like metallic silver hair.
Okay.
That's how the elder. That's kind of like how people in the community can tell who the elders are. Is that they have this very like their hair does almost look like metal. Like this, it's got such like a silver sheen to it.
Okay.
Alright, and I think for my action, I'm going to start a project. And I think it's going to be okay, I think it is going to be and I think this is going to be a long project because it's kind of a combination of things. I think it's a capture some like live rabbits and stuff, and try and bring them up and start like a little like rabbit farm, like a little rabbit ranch up here on the plateau. So I'm going to draw that real quick. I'm going to zoom in and draw it so I get a little more control. looks weird. There.
Okay.
And I think, and what do you guys think? I think because it's like a combination of like capturing rabbits and then also trying to start breeding them, I think it's like maybe a 5 or 6 week like a 6 week project maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Capture and start. Rabbit Ranch. Okay. And let me see. Let me switch out the deck. So that was spring. Let's hide that and bring in summer. All right, Josh. Hold on. Let me make sure there's nothing special we do at a seasons change. I don't think there is. But let me check. No, it doesn't seem like it.
Okay. Eight summer. Okay. Someone tries to take control of the community by force. Do they succeed? Why do they do this? Or a headstrong community member decides to put one of their ideas in motion. Start a foolish project. Marianne Vox is going to start a foolish project. Believing that the Mesa is a lie. Let's see. Lift to force. I'm sorry, hang on. Did yeah, okay, yeah, the other thing started, it did get moved down. Marianne's going to start a 6-week project. Actually, it may be longer. I want your input on this. But she's going to try to start an outpost on the forest floor at the base of the falls.
Ooh. No, I could see that, especially thinking of like it being foolish and headstrong. I could see trying to do that like quickly. Like I could see that being a 6 week project. And it'd be
Okay.
like it's just a real crappy outpost.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, we'll do that then.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I approve of this message.
All right.
So, let me get this marker up and running real quick.
Yeah, mark it on the map.
I'm going to put
We'll put it on the map. Yeah, I guess we'll put it on the map once the project.
Yeah. Okay. So you hang on. No, you move. You move. We're busy folks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we'll just go and start a project. I'm gonna hold a discussion of now that the mech has been completed or been reassembled, what are we to do with it given the resources we expended to assemble it?
We need to find a way to power it. If we were going to reassemble it, we might as well use it.
We must find what is missing from the compartment.
Assembling the mech was a waste of time and resources that the elders have squandered.
Okay.
I heard the last voice talking.
All right. Lee, your turn.
Goes to me.
Wrong deck.
Oh, that is the wrong deck. Yep, sorry. Just gonna reshuffle that in because it doesn't matter what the cards are. All right, so a project finishes early, what led to its early completion, or the weather is nice and people can feel potential all around them, start a new project. Let's see. I think that the weather is nice and people can feel the potential all around them, and there is a contingent of the community, particularly amongst Vox's followers, that are antsy, and they are actively taking this time to actively explore and map parts of the forest.
Okay.
And they've taken a particular interest in the area around the crash site.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, while you do that, I'm gonna go pee.
Do it, Josh. Empty that bladder. So, Lee, we gotta figure out how long of a project that is.
Yeah. I've been trying to figure that out.
I could see that being like a 3 or 4 week project. Or it depends on like, are they just exploring the crash site? Or are they exploring like a larger section of the forest?
Let's just say this whole southeast portion.
If
So,
it's the
like,
whole southeast portion, maybe like 4 or 5 weeks. What do you think?
let's stick it at 5 weeks.
Okay. Oh, we need to move everything up by the way.
Oh, we do.
There we go.
And then actually, let's call it 4 weeks.
Okay.
Everything about everything that they've done has been like quick and shoddy.
Okay.
This should be no different.
So I'm going to draw my. Oh wait, no, you need to. What's your action?
Oh, yeah, because that was not my action. Let's see. My action is to create another project. God, so many projects. Copy, paste. And then is find the missing piece of the mech.
What's up?
Starting a project. Find the missing piece of the mech. How long do we think that will take?
Um,
I feel like it's a
Actually.
long project just because we have no idea what goes in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of trial and error, and it's not like we have a bunch of different things to at the moment to even try.
Yep. Okay. We'll toss it 6 weeks here.
Okay, I'm gonna draw my card.
Don't forget that.
Don't forget what?
Don't forget that contempt is an option.
Right.
If you are dissatisfied with the way
Uh-oh.
something is going. Ooh.
A project fails. Which one? Why? Something goes foul and the supplies are ruined. Add a new scarcity. Ooh.
Oof.
Jeez. I need to look at our scarcities and things. Let's see. Abundances are fresh drinking water, rope. Scarcities are meat, wood, shovels, picks, other tools for digging. I think there is a scarcity of respect. And I think this is a growing of tensions between the as I see it, between three factions: the followers of Marianne Vox, the followers of the Last Voice, and the elders and those who still are loyal to them. I think there's a very palpable lack of respect and tension between those groups.
Okay. Can we say that the thing that goes foul is like a community meeting that like descends into just a shouting match?
Yeah, and I think here. Oh, you know what it is? I think somebody does something, or something happens during one of the communal baths.
Ah, yeah.
Like an elder is like pushed, or like is like intentionally tripped, or something. Things get heated in a way that they have not gotten before. And it's brought a lot of things that were like people respectively like holding under the surface. It's brought everything to the like kind of to the fore and like escalated things.
Where did our contempt deck go?
I might have hidden it, but you can always just like click on the bulleted list and bring it back up if you ever need it.
Here, oh, you got it.
Thank you. Sorry.
Why, Lee? You need some contempt?
I just noticed that it was missing, but I feel like the situation calls for it.
I think for my action, I'm gonna discover something new, and I I think it is that what I think in the whatever commotion happened at the communal bath in the river, that led to the discovery that the river is like the riverbed is not lined with pebbles and rocks and stuff, but with the broken and worn pieces of bone, and that the entire riverbed is a boneyard. Of both whole and broken bones.
Hmm.
Okay. Also,
Let me figure out how to
the
control this. Oh, the mining. Oh, your mining project's done. Nice.
mining project is done. So we now have discovered. We've discovered some more metals in the mountain, including something shiny that people are starting to fight over because it is quite pretty, and easy to work. So there's gold in them there hills.
This is just proof that gold has innate value and it would make an excellent source for a hard currency.
I can't find my mining project in the thing. Oop, here it is.
There you go. A little skull and crossbones.
Okay. Number 2. Someone new arrives. Who? Why are they in distress? Or someone leaves the community. Who? What are they looking for? Hmm. Um. Hmm. The last voice is going to leave the community, taking his followers with him. Only a handful.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to go stay in the tower on the side of the mesa, seeking enlightenment.
Ooh, cool.
So I will go ahead and draw. See, the last voice was wore white, so he's gonna go.
Nice.
There we go. Let's see. New project or new discovery. Oh, hold on. Projects are gonna advance.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Oh, you guys got those. Okay. Mm, uh, hmm. Um. Okay. Discover something new. Yeah. It is discovered that that glowing crystal that was discovered earlier, has an effect on the young boy who discovered it. In that he is he is uh growing physically larger. Like he seems to be aging at a slightly enhanced rate, but he's now like much more physically developed than a boy his age should be.
Okay. Cool.
Lee, goes to you.
Did we just create Superman?
Possibly. I actually have a
Oh.
much different idea for it, but that's just me.
All right. A contingent within the community demands to be heard. Who are they? What are they asking for? Or a contingent within the community have acted on their frustration. What have they damaged? Why did they damage it? Is it permanent? Ooh, okay. So far we have 3 factions. We have the followers of the Last Voice who have left the community. We have the followers of Marianne Vox who are in the process of leaving the community. What you now have is another faction that is sort of reacting to that and becoming fanatical in the opposite direction. The Mesa is all we need. We don't need to visit the forest. We don't need to explore the tower. We
Mountain
need
provides all.
to. The mountain provides all, and they actually acted on their frustration, and they damaged the lift that was being built to lower people to the forest floor. It is not permanent because thankfully the lift was still under construction, but there's now an obvious fundamentalist faction within the community that does not want anyone leaving the Mesa.
The hardliners.
Yep.
Alright,
Mhm.
we got some flat earthers. Flat mesas.
At Mesas. So as to what action? Oh, speaking of, the lift finishes.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe it doesn't because of that.
Or
yeah.
maybe it doesn't because I would actually be willing to okay, so here's my thought.
Okay.
We finish this project and then I will create another project that is repair the lift,
Hmm.
and that would be like a 2-week project.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
All right, so I got the project. I'll take these.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, cool.
If you want to make your
Then
own
I-
project.
Yep.
Thumbs up. Actually, we forgot to move the mecha thing up last time. Oh, that is it. Sorry.
Okay.
All right.
And that's me.
Okay. Let's see here. 3 of summer. Summer is a time of production and tending the earth. Start a project related to food production. Or summer is a time of conquest and gathering might. Start a project related to military readiness and conquest. Ooh. I think with with the last voice splitting off, and with the lift, which is going to allow greater travel, though still protected, still somewhat controlled, from the valley floor to the mesa, I think a military project is started, and it is going to be to build a like a fort or tower, or like a I think like a small tower and like palisade around the top of the lift, to essentially secure the control of it, and also just to like to pretty much just to strengthen and control it is my thought. And I definitely think that's like a 6-week project, just for it's
Mhm.
gonna take time to both get both cut trees down, bring them up the lift, put them down into the ground, like all that kind of stuff. But I think that's the military project that is starting. Fortify. Lift. Or upper lift. Station. And I want to start a discussion of, and I'm going to start with a statement, so I'm not going to get a second turn, but I think the statement is, the elders and those loyal to them will or should control lift usage. Lift usage will the elders will regulate lift usage.
The community built the lift. The community should control the lift. All of it.
Why does your community get to monopolize the lift? We've been trying to get off of the mesa since the beginning. We should have access as well. From one Marianne Vox.
Okay. That's my turn.
Okay.
It's 11:30.
It is.
So, do we want to finish this round of turns?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I don't say that just because it's my turn. Okay, 6 of summer. Outsiders arrive in the area. Why are they a threat? How are they vulnerable? Or outsiders arrive in the area. How many? How are they greeted? Mm. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, hang on. Let me think here. Okay, yeah, since a lot of these. Yeah. So. We'll say 3 outsiders. We'll go with Okay, I'm going to throw this out there. Reports come in from the southeast that where people have been exploring, and we're about to finish that project. Of meeting a group of outsiders who are merely described as long.
I like that.
How many? Yeah, there are 3 of them encountered. And the explorers of the southeast, being like Marianne Vox's people, have like regarded them probably rather well, saying, as sort of proof of their ideology. And like a rapport has been established between this scout group and these outsiders. We have nobody outside of the scout group have met these outsiders. And like they are the liaisons between our community and these long people. We'll just go with the long ones.
Cool.
So, project's complete. The aforementioned exploration. Gone. Get out of here.
Oh, my rabbits.
R-
I think the rabbit ranch is starting off well. It's still not enough meat to alleviate our scarcity, I think, but I think we're starting to move in that direction.
Okay.
Nice.
Lee, how does Southeast exploration, other than what I just described, go?
Southeast exploration goes well. They managed to map a significant portion of the southeast. They discover a water source, and I'd be willing to say they're able to set up a semi-permanent trade encampment with the Long people.
Okay. Go ahead and draw that water source on the map.
Yes.
And I'm going to say a new discovery is made. As the rabbit ranch is completed, someone gets the bright idea, hey, that crystal that seems to have affected that boy, expose a rabbit to it. And sure enough, rabbits grow bigger, faster when exposed to crystal light.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Stop it.
Josh, I just saw what you typed. Bad joke.
What'd you say?
I just saw what you typed in the chat.
Oh,
Your joke.
my Messianic religion.
Yeah.
Okay. Boom. Water source. Okay. Goes, I think, to me.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay. Discard the top 2 cards off the deck.
Oh, damn. Summer's fleeting.
Oh boy.
1 and
Wait, what was the last one you just discarded? So that's the jack gone. What was the one before that? Did you catch
I
it?
don't know. I didn't look.
Oh, that would have been a cool card.
That would have been a really cool card. But summer is fleeting. Take 2 actions this week. So let's see here. 1 second. I think we're going to discover something new. The scouts in the southeast have noticed that much of the larger game in the forest, or at least in the part of the forest in the southeast, is dwindling in population. So we're running into less and less large game in the forest. And S- Start a project. We'll try to introduce fish from this lake down here into the river.
So I know we said 11:30, and then we just talked about the last round. But now with that card that Lee just drew that said summer is fleeting, we only have 3 cards left.
Finish summer.
Yeah.
Finish summer.
Okay. Lee, have you done your 2 actions?
Yes.
Okay. What? This is saying that the summer deck is done. What? Why can't I? That's not right. There should be more cards here. Why was I hit recall? What does this say?
Looks like we should have the 4.
All right, we did 9. We should so I've been keeping track with the physical cards I have, and the 4 cards I have are 4, queen, 10, and 7. And I know one of those we shouldn't have because it's one of the ones that Lee got rid of with his last card. Because he drew the king and they got rid of the jack and something else.
I will say I didn't see what it was, but it wasn't a face card. And I apologize. I didn't realize you were physically tracking the cards on your end.
No, it's okay. I just don't know why it's saying it's. I know there's 3 cards we have not seen.
4,
Pretty sure
7, 4,
Okay.
7, and I'm looking through them now. 10.
Yep. And then the other one I have in my hand, Josh, is queen. As I know, we haven't done that one either.
Yeah, we haven't done queen. And
I think the 4 was the one that I discarded.
4, 7, 10, and queen.
So then 7, 10, queen should be the ones we have left in the deck, which is for some reason is saying we don't.
Oh, well.
not sure what to do. Oh, I have the three cards in my hand. I guess I could shuffle them and we'll just draw them and say what they are.
Well, hold on.
Okay. Oh, you fixing the deck?
Should be, yeah. Okay, so that's gone.
Yep.
Next up. There we go.
Okay, 7. Introduce a mystery at the edge of the map. An unattended situation becomes problematic and scary. What is it? How does it go awry? Mystery at the edge of the map. I think that to the Lee, where did you say that the trees were starting to become like sparse or dying or something?
It was the game, and it was just in general in this portion of the map.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind. I'm gonna say that at the let me get some lines going here. I think that to the west, we can hear damn it. Let me do this. Just do a freehand. I think that to the west, in the distance, we can hear the sounds of a train.
Of a what?
A train.
A train. Okay.
Yeah. And then on like a really clear day too, it wouldn't like. And I think when we hear it, if somebody, and I think we hear, because from people living with the last voice, that from their tower, they can see the plumes of steam over the trees coming from the engine.
Okay.
Yeah, Josh, you weren't expecting a train, were you?
No one's ever expecting a train.
Well, it's out there. And as my action,
We have to end all move all these projects as well.
oh yeah.
I don't think we did it on the last turn either.
No, I think you're right. Okay, so the lift gets repaired. I think, Lee, that was your project.
Yep.
Build out post and floor. Is that you, Josh?
Yeah.
Okay. How are those going, guys? Tell us about them.
Lee, go ahead.
So the lift is fully repaired. It is operational, and there's the elders hold this ceremony where the first elder to leave the mesa goes down the lift, and then promptly comes back up.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Meanwhile, Marianne Vox and her Voxites have managed to establish a little outpost at the base of the falls, fortified it a little bit, and are setting up like a steady line of communication with the Long Ones. Probably have gotten super excited by that train. Yeah, and just establish like a little fort down there.
Okay. I do think though that unlike the last voice heights, I guess, or the listeners, if we want to.
Mm-hmm. Listeners, I like that.
I think that the Voxites are still part of our community. I think they just become an out. I think they're still part of us. They're just an outpost. What do you? I don't know.
Okay.
But I think just from like the way the mechanics work on the cards, like because the last voice, like they their card I remember was leave the community. So I think they are now separate from us.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I think the Voxites are an extension of our community, like an outpost or colony or what say you.
I feel like from a community standpoint, that's something that could be. We could be
debated.
in a period where that's ambiguous.
Yeah, and I think at least here initially, we're still a single community. Whether that continues like going forward, I think the cards will tell us and what we come up with as the weeks go on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was the stuff that really should have finished last turn. So, and now we move again. Lee.
All right.
Tell us about what was missing from the mech.
One of the miners finds a what looks to be a generator of some kind missing from the mech that had been removed and sort of rigged to run other equipment in the mine. So the miner's able to disconnect it and go and kind of check it against the mech and realize that it is the thing that was missing, but now they have to figure out how to get it, how everything connects.
And here's a question I have for you, Lee. Do we know
Yes.
what the fuel is for said generator, and if we do know it, is it something we even have?
That we don't know. We found the generator.
Part that goes there. Right.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, then I think for my action then, also Josh, I love this detail that you're adding to the water.
Thank you.
I do too. I've been just watching that section of the map fill out and I was like, oh.
I think sorry, the dog startled me. I think we discovered something new. And I think the thing we figured out, I think it's been enough weeks now since we first started hearing the train, that we've realized that the train, when we hear the train, it corresponds with the new moon. So when there's no moon in the sky, we hear the train.
Interesting. Okay, goes to me, huh? Okay, time to cease with the art for now. Let's see. Oh, here we go. You discover a cache of supplies or resources, add a new abundance, or a scarcity has gone unaddressed for too long. Start a project that will alleviate that scarcity. I'm gonna say experiments with crystal light have resulted in rabbits that are both like that have resulted in large rideable rabbits. We now have an abundance of transportation.
Nice.
I love it.
It was great.
Let's see. New project. No, I'm going to discover something new. Within his tower, the last voice has discovered something. Let me think here. Mm. Hmm. Oh, okay. Here's something. Yeah, within his tower, the last voice and his followers have discovered a an inscription or some sort of writing on a wall. Let me think here. Let's go with. Trying to think of a good name here. Um, let's go with this. Yeah, so inscribed upon a wall within that tower, he discovers this writing: Druvalian Airfield Theta.
Ooh, cool. All right, leave. Bring us on home.
That's awesome. Okay. Did we move these for Jolly's turn?
Oh no.
Boom. Boom. Oh, I might have gotten that wrong.
Wait, I thought no. Lee, I thought you said that the 4 was the one you discarded. So really, I think you should be drawing the queen. I think.
Yeah, it should
Yeah.
only be the queen. Yeah, so if you find the 4, discard it. Keep searching till you find the queen.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Summer is fleeting. There it is. A project finishes early. Which one and why? Okay. Well,
Oh man.
so we will say that the fishery project finishes early, and the reason that it finishes early is because the crystal from the rabbits and that project, like, people have realized these accelerate growth, this is a good idea, and started seeding various points in the river with them to speed up the fishery project.
Okay.
So both of those are done. The upper lift station is now fortified. There is it complete
that's
with
mine.
that is yours. Never mind. Sorry.
You hit a lot of projects, but that one's mine.
I know. Almost every turn I did a project.
The fortify upper lift station, I think it just goes well. I think it's now with the lift being complete and being able to regularly bring lumber up from the woods below, they've managed to create. Let me draw it here. Managed freehand. Let me get a color. Managed to create like a palisades. And with a central like tower gatehouse.
Nice.
And I think this both. I think within this gatehouse is also like the mechanism that lowers and raises the within the gatehouse is the winch that raises and lowers the platform, but it's also the control point for whether or not you can go beyond on the plateau.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. As my action, I am going to start a discussion. And what I'm gonna say is there's a the person who's been in charge of all of like these food projects and things is invested in maintaining this food source in the fish. But given that that the river had no fish before, and that the riverbed is a boneyard, I'm going to start with a statement that we should launch a study. We should investigate why the river was devoid of life before, so that it doesn't happen again.
I think
Charlie, thoughts?
I know. I'm saying. I think this. I'm going to be speaking on behalf of the Masanic contingency. Valley fish are gross. They're pooping in our ritual bathing in our river, fucking up our baths. Or it's wrong to bathe with fish. And I'm gonna take a contempt.
And what was your initial statement, Lee?
That we should investigate why the river was devoid of life.
That's right.
So that it doesn't happen again.
There's no indication that like fish lived in the river, merely bones. It was most likely the original inhabitants of these structures. There's no indication that fish at any point were in the river and died. Therefore, there's no reason to assume they will die now. We have bigger things to investigate.
Also, I put my fishery on there.
I see.
On the map.
I liked that with the removal of the red line, it now looks like we have a koi fish. No, I liked my koi fish.
Fine, here, I'll put some more weight on it. Oh god, that wasn't good. There.
God, it's just worse now. Anyway.
I'm working on it. There. Koi fish.
Yay. All right. And I believe that marks the end of summer.
I believe it does.
Okay, we are halfway through a quiet year.
Well, maybe halfway. It could be we're at least gonna make it through all of autumn.
Mm-hmm.
We could. Our first card in winter could be the frost.
We are 2 seasons deep into a quiet year.